Automation has been a part of humanity ever since humans have walked the earth. Before, it might have been as simple as the wheel, but in our current technological age, automation is advancing at faster and faster speeds. Many people question the impact automation is having on jobs and how people are being affected, except that, in reality, many are losing their jobs to automation. It's been in the news that an estimated 6% of all U.S. jobs will be replaced by automation. We interviewed Todd Shackelford, a local corporate services manager, to discuss the current impact of automating our workforce.
So should companies embark on the path of automation? Yes, they have to. They have to, or they'll fail. Do you think there's a good balance between job loss and productivity gain? Nope. Nope. It's at times I think it's a necessary evil. It's just one of those things, and it's tough because the people that are kind of outsourced by automation, that they're often caught unaware. So I hope that people can be proactive about knowing when things are going to happen. I would think of truck drivers right now that the writing's on the wall, they're going to lose their jobs. Trucks are going to drive themselves. So where is automation heading? You know, I think we're already hearing about, self-driving vehicles, so truck drivers not having trucks to drive anymore. Even in small restaurants, that the idea of not having anybody work there, like you just go and talk to a computer. There was a store in Washington State, I believe, that doesn't have anybody who works there at all. Like you just go in and you pick out what you want. And actually Amazon's experimenting with just nobody works their types of stores. You just say what you want and it shows up. More and more you're going to deal, actually less and less you're going to deal with people. You'll just deal with asking for things, they'll show up. What has been your experience with automation? That's a open-ended. And I tell the story of when my uncle used to work in the automobile industry. His job was taken by a robot, and I remember him going, robots can't build cars, but they do. They build really awesome cars. But that's where a person is displaced. But in my role, I use automation to take us from drafting components for building buildings to designing. If we're not toiling with things, then we can get on to what humans are really great at, being creative and doing what robots will never be able to do. So that's what I hope for automation. Do you think automation affects the common American worker? Why? Oh, yeah. Yeah, it definitely does, because prices of their goods and services are less. The standards are higher. Just the quality is better. But then it also affects them on the backside if they were working at a place where they no longer have a place to work, or their job is different. Everybody has to be more tech savvy in order to compete anywhere in the world, just because of automation.
General Motors was the first to use the word automation to describe the newly created department in charge of replacing people with machines. This was, in part, due to a wave of companies replacing workers with machines that could do the jobs more efficiently. Engineers have envisioned fully automated factories since the 1950s, and during the 1980s, companies wanted to move towards using lights-out manufacturing, which is where companies compete by automating their factories almost entirely. There are many myths surrounding automation. Many working people think that their jobs are safe from automation, and while some might be safe, a large amount are at risk for losing their jobs to automation. A majority of people also think that moving towards automation is cost-effective, and while that notion is not always correct, it can still be more cost-effective than keeping employees. Low-skilled jobs are not the only jobs at risk, as many high-skilled jobs, such as surgeons and accountants, can be replaced by technology that will be hundreds of times more precise than a human could ever be. We have come to the point where technology is growing at an exponential rate. Many are not aware of this, and it keeps them from being prepared for potential job loss. This affects everyone, as families lose their homes, many will be prescribed medication for depression because of their employment-related stress, and many will be unable to afford the pleasures and securities they once could. The moral debate of whether or not taking jobs of people to save money is one that everyone has a say in. Humanity has been at the forefront of thousands of innovations over thousands of years. However, many people still seem in the dark about the issue today, even though it seems to potentially destroy the American dream many so desperately wish for. Whether we like it or not, automation is coming. So now there's only one question.